Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, it's WIP Wednesday, so every week, asterisks, most weeks, we get together on a Wednesday and we have a look at all the great hobby projects that are going on out there. So if you're working on something cool, you're just starting out, you're just getting back into it, you're doing something special, or you just want to share what you're doing to get a little bit of inspiration for yourself, then drop us an email at theboneheadpodcast@gmail.com. Put WIP Wednesday in the title, that's what we search for, so see the content. So this week I've not had a chance to do a huge amount of hobby. I did get a chance to put together the print to pitch for the Black Orc team. I really enjoyed painting this up. I got to try doing some stripes, got to paint up a white, getting my College of Metal team under the go, so that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Otherwise, not a great big productive week for me. I've got 2 days off this coming weekend. I've got Friday off and Monday off. So Friday is going to be getting back to you guys. Patreon messages, Facebook messages, Gmail messages. I'm going to be doing nothing that day except chilling out and responding to everybody as much as I can, which is awesome. I was lucky to be able to take a couple of days holiday to get caught up, and then Monday I can do some painting and I don't know, maybe just get a little bit reinvigorated. Still haven't put the poll out to get your guys' opinion of what I should be painting, and it is now halfway through January. So I'm going to have a busy couple of weeks. Anyway, let's have a look at all the great stuff you've been working on. Okay, first up, we got some stuff from ads. Hey Ben, unfortunately, I was assaulted on the 30th of December and was signed off from work with concussion. That is horrific. I really hope you're okay. That is just horrible luck, horrible news, man. Today, as of the 4th, was the first day I felt able to concentrate, so I picked up the brushes and made a start on my Beachhead Bowl team. Fantastic. Amazon team, the Rampant Rabbits. I've only just started getting the block colours down and will start highlighting as soon as I've blocked out the colours on all the 4 linewomen and the 3 cheerleaders. I went with red for blitzers, yellow for catchers, white for the throwers, and black for the line women. Could you also send me a link to the Discord? I will try and do that in a moment because it's great to have everybody on the Discord. Right, let's have a look at at the bunny team. Is this Impact Miniatures? I feel like Impact Miniatures do a great job of like doing different teams, unusual teams with themes, and they tend to execute them brilliantly. They always aim to do what they've done. Now, the red armor, it just makes it look like a Power Ranger, which is great. So, excellent job getting those block colors down, using a bit of contrast, or have you pre-shaded that? I mean, it's cool, and it's easy to see who's who, which is what you're looking for. There's a cool pile of stuff in the background there. Oh, is that a Rogue Trader Furioso Dreadnought sitting right there, and Gretchen as well. That's a cool mix, and some Norse. I love this. Anyway, great work on the team ads, and I genuinely hope that you're all right and that you feel better, because dude, that is no good. That is no good at all. I'm sorry to hear that. Paladin demo. Yes, I do have time for Blood Bowl. My trick of churning out Battletech, simplicity of the pattern. The simpler it is, the easier it is to get done. Here's my favourite Jihad mech, the Raptor 2, another NACC mech. And got the Dungeon Bowl treasure chests and ball done as well. So that's Paladin demo. You guys know I love a bit of Battletech. It's cool, it's wicked to see something different. What have I got brewing up on the table? Nothing really. Nothing really. Normally I've got a little Battletech or something on the go. Hey, great job getting in there. Actually, a really nice job shading the gold. Getting the treasure chests done for Dungeon Bowl. I have not painted mine. I probably never will paint mine. But I do love the Battletech stuff. Thank you very much for sharing. It's great to see. Really great to see. Next up, we've got Kyle. Instagram is WhatHHammer. There we go. Hello and good evening. 2 teams. I've recently finished my Black Orc team and my Skaven team. The Skaven team were painted using contrast, and the only paint extra was a touch of silver to highlight at the end. Fantastic models to paint. Both teams are currently in the league. The Skaven are 3-0, unbeaten. Cheers, Kyle. Skaven. Got the best thrower in the game. I love Skaven, and I love Black Orcs too. I really like this colour scheme. Green, solid. Blue, solid for the troll. That silver goes well with the green, and that red really pops. Using that red and silver mix instead of the black and silver mix is a really cool scheme. It's got vibes of like, it's just got old Hammer vibes. And that's something I'm really keen on. That has just come up really well for contrast paints. Excellent work. Oh, okay, right. Well, let's take a look here. Let's take a look and see some of what Kyle's been doing. So using the contrast paints to get the block areas down is great. I mean, the shoulder pads with the green have come up really well. I thought you were using a contrast. I wonder if you used 2 or more there. But look at this. So along the top of the armor panel here for the Skaven, the finger's just gone missing. You can see that a little bit of edge highlighting really makes the model pop. I'm so lazy at this, but this is really well executed car. It's a really lovely Skaven team. They deserve to be 3-0 just on the paint scheme alone. What are we running here? 2 gutters, 2 throwers. Okay, it's quite a resilient build. Is it time for the 3rd gutter after 3 games? Let me see. If you're winning 3-0, 3 games, probably about 30k a game with a couple of touchdowns. So you must have 130 in the cash now, with 3 rerolls to start if you're not going with the rogue build. So we should be looking for a 3rd gutter runner soon. Yeah, great. And great scheme there. That black, red, and the brown. It just gives a nice variety. I like the way you've swapped the brown and black of the skin colour for the gutter runner. Really cool, really good, and kind of mixing up the schemes as well is a really cool way to make your team varied. Very, very cool. As is this. So this is the old Chaos Renegades. I think it was the Chaos Renegades team from 2nd edition. This is what the art we've got here, and this is Ruddy. Hey, thanks for the share of my Underworlds team last time, and Fire Nobility. That Fire Nobility was in fact fire. I'm sure a lot of us remember the Chaos All-Stars, of course. The classic Chaos All-Stars scheme. I had an idea to try and do something like that with the new Khorne team. So here is my attempt. I mean, you've aced the colour scheme. What's the head? Who's the head? Is the head with the little... Oh, is that a Slaanesh Demonet? Is that Slaanesh Demonet, maybe? Anyway, really cool. It definitely has got... It's just the colour scheme from the 2nd edition handbook, which is so good. It's so retro, and I mean, excellent execution on the base as well. But the colouring is brilliant. The depth is great. The fire is great, and that bright, luminous green really pops and just makes it look exactly like that snake player. Absolutely brilliant job here. I mean, really impressed with this. This is really cool and a really great scheme all in all. There we go. Let's get this. Look at that. Some great detailing on the face there as well. But look at the flames. This is so good. Yeah, absolutely love this, Ruddy. You are the kind of like the master of the retro paint schemes. I really like it. Next up, we've got Joe. Hello. Hope things are going well. Recently finished off some more Rumble Slam. The Pyramid Pile Drivers. Could be good for a few people looking for alternative Khemri models. This is always great. And this is the cool thing about Blood Bowl. You can kind of crowdsource your models, like, because there's 4 or 5 positionals to a team max. You can kind of source what it is you need from different ways to go. Tried to use Waystone paint on the Yeetle photos terribly. So he's in the group shot only. Appreciate all the videos. Recently became a Patreon supporter when I realised I watched that number of hours. I probably owed you a few quid, Joe. Thank you very much, Joe. Right, let's see. So, okay, cool. I mean, I'm always on the lookout for good Khemri models. I cannot wait to see what Games Workshop do. So this is the Rumble Slam team. Okay, really nice work on the green there on the armour. This is the cool thing about that Egyptian theme, is that you can kind of create some cool colour schemes. These guys work well for like standard guys. That's very dynamic. There's some cool stuff from Rumble Slam. Richard Saxby likes it. The Scarab Beetle looks great. I love the gold green. Gold green is just underrated. Really, really, really cool, Joe. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is a cool model. It's all about wrestling, isn't it? So, I'm a bit... surely that should just be The Rock playing the Scorpion King. Which is a film I never saw because the adverts, just the adverts alone, the CGI looked worse than the bit in the second Matrix movie where basically Neo turns into Tim Henman. Not the best CGI. Have yet to see the 4th Matrix movie. I'm assuming the CGI is a bit better. Right, we've got some cool Khorne stuff here. I like the bronzy brown. This is cool. Right, this is Ben. Hi Ben, here's my first completed project of 2022. Corn Bloodseekers for my College of Metal Dungeon Bowl team. Yes, Ben. Representing Ben's very well. Good hustle. I had no plan when I started out, just wanted to try out the new paints I got for Christmas. Think they turned out quite nicely. Looking forward to Beachhead next month. It will be my first tournament. All the best, Ben. Ben, love everything in this. Absolutely wicked. Right, straight up, great team, great scheme. Like the flesh tones as well. I'm not sure if you've varied them or it might just be the lighting, but actually they look like a kind of darker, duskier colour, which is nice. So it looks like they've been in the sun or they're just dirty or something. But the brown and the bronze works really well. They kind of look rusted, but also just like they're there to do business. So yeah, really cool. Love seeing a corn team. Love it even more when it's actually a College of Metal team. So huge props on that. Wow. And then we move on to this. We are having a great day today. So this is Christian von Bonen. Hey Ben, I'm glad you like my flesh golem. He's mostly done now. I like the pose and body of the Games Workshop flesh golem. I removed some of the more excessive sculpting choices to simplify the mini. All of my necromantic team will have undead armor. This armor is blue stuff molded copy of shaved down mummy gear. What a clever way to do it. So blue stuff is a temporary mold that you can make. It's kind of a putty. You put it in don't put it in a cup of tea, but put it in a mug with boiling water. It goes soft. You can then layer it around a piece, cut it open, and it forms a mold until you put it in hot water again. You can then chuck in green stuff, and it's a really good way to clone certain pieces of a model if if you just need a spare piece, or you lose a gun or you lose a hand and you need to get another one. It's a good way to do it. The copy quality is 90%. It's not perfect. It does stuff fine, and you can see here it's a great way to clone bits of armor. I love this. The orc skull with the mummy armor and the golem body. This is just a really cool piece of kit. But I mean, from a painting skill, look at the colorations on the body, as well as the OSL in the eyes and that fade on the red. Absolutely wonderful model. Really, really, really great, man. Thank you very much for sharing that. Pablo, hey Ben, happy new year. Pablo again, sending you the latest team I finished painting, the High Owls. Fresh into tier 1 there, Pablo. Although these old school metal miniatures, I like that each of the positionals is a different warrior aspect, dragon warriors, white lions, etc. For the bases, I used a textured rolling pin, Imperial, with some green stuff to provide a more noble pitch for these proud elves. You know what? I would have asked where these bases came from, but actually, I mean, the old green stuff rolling pin method is really good, and this has come out really lovely. Thank you for the daily content. Carry on. Best regards, Pablo. Pablo, thank you very much. I mean, dude, it's High Elves. They're great, and these are the 3rd edition High Elves from deep in the 90s, and I love them. So these are the linemen. Do we have... We do have. Okay, great job painting the base colours there as well. But you've got the catchers, you've got the blitzers, you've got the thrower, you've colour coordinated them. And yes, you're right, you've got the Calador guys, you've got the white lions. High Elves. In fact, I've got some High Elves. I've got some Warmaster High Elves right here, including a Warmaster Dragon, just because someone mentioned it in our group chat. And I was like, I'm having a terrible day. I know what to do. I'll print things I don't need. Anyway, High Elves, love the team. Definitely my my guess for one of the teams that's coming out this year. High Elves. This is a great team. Good hustle, Pablo. And getting some serious teams on the go here, everybody. And straight into Snotlings. Big fan of that. Oh, and it's David Warner, Blood Bowl Commissioner. Hey Ben, I've been watching the channel for a while now, so I thought I'd submit my Snotling team for WIP Wednesday, as I've recently finished the Punga Troll. Currently working on my College of Fire team, which is almost finished, so I'll send those through once they're all finished. Oh, excellent, fantastic. David Warner, Blood Bowl Commissioner, is one of the top competitors in the Bonehead Championship, which should be back next week. If Ben and I can arrange some filming time, or I can get another volunteer. A bit sketchy. Anyway, come on, let's get things back to normal. Anyway, what a great mix of Snotlings. The Troll that you've just finished off. I mean, I love the team. Look at the eye work there. That's really good. Like, it's great how just a couple little bits of detail can make a model absolutely pop. And David Warner, Blood Bowl Commissioner, has done a superb job with that. But look at this troll. I mean, excellent edge highlighting, solid colours. It's a cool model. I like the yellow glove with the red armour. It just works really well. Snotlings, they're bold, they're crazy, and the amount of primary colour vibe here is absolutely brilliant. That's a really cool Snotling team. And a couple of really good trolls. Dur and Hurrah. I think that's appropriate. I might need to... No, I don't need to print more things, Ben, but that's a good troll if you're going to be printing one. Absolutely wicked. Thank you very, very much. Ooh, I've got a picture that's very zoomed in here. What is going on? Ah, it's the scientist. Stephen Knowles, hey guys, hope you're well. No cuts and recovered from burnout. We're nearly there. Small update this week. My brother-in-law came round to build his first two Age of Sigmar models, and I just wanted to share them because he's already a better painter than I am. The Stormcast is done in a Boba Fett theme, and the Sylvaneth is just a random theme that he came up with. He finds painting relaxing, which is a lot better than I find it. At the same time, I just quickly slapped some paint on an old basic conversion for Guffle Pussmore. Right, so we've got Stephen the Scientist, his brother-in-law. Yeah, look, you've got the Boba Fett colour scheme. Absolutely. And you know what? That kind of damaged quality to it, it's really good. Like, that's what smacks of kind of like a realism, and that's the great thing about Blood Bowl, is that you've got these armor plates on, and those armor plates are gonna get damaged, and it works great. And I mean, you can't beat Boba Fett. I need to go and watch some of the new series, but I have yet to have time. And this, I think, is... Ooh. No dungeon ball for Christmas, but I did get some halflings, so working on those next week. Hopefully, dude, can't beat halflings. Cool Dryad dude. Oh, can I remember what these are? Tree Revenant from Age of Sigmar, the Sylvaneth stuff. There you go. Most of that was made up words from Games Workshop, but I mean, it's a very cool scheme. They would do very well in Blood Bowl. Great cover, Postmore. So this is a what are the 6th edition plastic Chaos Warriors? Were they 6th edition? I think they were 6th edition. And you've got you've got the mouth of doom in the middle there. I wonder if we'll see him return anytime soon. I've got Monstrous Mouth in there now as a standard skill, but we don't have him as a star player. Could be one to watch out for. Guffle Pussmore. Cool stuff there. Oh wow, Monster Apocalypse. Oh, this is brilliant. I really loved the vibe of this the first time round, but no one was around to play. I used to listen to the D6 Generation, which is one of my favourite podcasts. Those guys were brilliant, and they loved Mon Poc, and it just seemed like such a cool mechanic, like the dice sharing mechanic. Anyway, going on about it. Out Ads D, here we go. Happy New Year to you both. For 2022, I've decided that this is the year I finish off painting all of our Blood Bowl teams. Bold. But before starting, I'm currently having a bit of a palette cleanser and painting some of our Monster Apocalypse models, and I thought you might like to see them. I do like to see them. I've mainly concentrated on the Planet Eater models. These are my favourites, and I've gone with a more comic booky style with them, so they're quite bright on the board. Yeah, man, executed beautifully. But I mean, let's take a moment to look at this bronze. So smooth, and that purple in there as well goes really well. That just looks like it should be fighting alongside Rita Repulsa's giant monsters, right? Absolutely love it. Monster Apocalypse, just so cool. Ben and I were talking about Pacific Rim the other day, and I was like, dude, there is a game. And he's like, what? I was like, there is a game. It's Monster Apocalypse. I've still got a bit to do on the Preceptor monster yet, but really loving the Shockwave look. Oh, okay, the Shockwave look it has. Yeah, definitely. Oh man, these are so cool. Ben, resist. You don't have time. But no, Ben. Oh, it's cool though, isn't it? Really cool. Brilliant executed. Love the colour schemes. Who is this gentleman? I've also done some of the guard models too, though I'm still working on Defender X monster model, and I'm not sure on the paint scheme yet. As always, keep up the great work on the channel. I've enjoyed the recent vid on 3D printing, as it's something I don't know little about. I'm looking forward to much more match content soon. Cheers, Adam Adsd on YouTube. Adsd, always a pleasure to hear from you. Oh man, Monster Apocalypse. Ooh. When we get things organised, I might have to do a couple of like exploring videos into other game systems. Dude, this is wicked. Paul Cross here. Hey Ben, hope you're well. Crossy here. I started painting up a few humans. I'll probably regret the stripes and checker pattern. They're going to be a sevens team, but I had a Zug miniature laying around, so he had a few colours splashed on him as well. Keep it real, Crossy. This is awesome, man. Look at this. If it wasn't for your thumbs, I would think this was a filter. Okay, so look at the great work here. So where to start? You've done a superb job. There is a superb job here on the checkers. Okay, I mean, the painting is beautiful, and this is another great example. I say this every week, of someone painting onto the model, not just painting the model, but you can see it on the way that Crossy's done the highlighting, just on the skin alone you can see. But anyway, let's have a look at this checker pattern. So you've got the checker pattern painted there, and then you've got those stripes to give it a textured vibe, to give it a fabric vibe. Brilliant. And you've even got stripes on the socks. Makes my pathetic attempt at one stripe on my my Black Orc feel a bit feeble. But this is a very cool scheme. I mean, any football team with green on, I'm a big fan of. But this is excellent. This is really good. Do you know what I might start doing? I was going to paint a team a month, and I would like to paint a team a month. Ben and I were talking about it, but we might go through the WIP Wednesdays once a month, and we'll pick a model with a technique to kind of try and replicate, because the checkers pattern there really makes me want to give it a go. And we've got some models. Yeah. All right, I'm going to try a checkered pattern. Can I do it before next week? Yeah, I can do it on Monday. All right, cool. Ooh, nice Zug, and excellent work on the stripes. And again, this is what I'm saying. You've got the stripes and you've got that highlight as well of the pure color. Just makes it look really realistic. Look at the skin textures as well. Crossy, excellent job. Zug and the boys there. Great. Oh, man. Oh, I miss sevens. Come on, let's get back to normal so I can absolutely binge Blood Bowl. That's a really good thrower model. I wasn't so keen on the expansion pack for the humans, but that is actually a really cool thrower. I like it. Crossy, thank you very much for sharing. Always great to see work of that quality. Hey, we've got the Resident Dwarf here with some cool stuff, and it's all dwarves, but, you know, obviously not these guys, but the rest of it. Hey Benz, it seems my submissions got lost in the emails. Sorry, dude. Since my previous emails, I pretty much finished the Chaos Chosen team, the Hell Bay Rams. I finished the College of Fire and all the Dungeon Bowl chests and portals. I have a year's worth of painting to get done. I've also started a Slayer 7 secret team using Caradron Endrigger's bits for Doomseeker's Ball and Chain. Regards, the Resident Dwarf. Secret Sevens. Dude, that is the place for Blood Bowl. Anyway, right, let's have a look at some of the stuff that Graham's put together. Where should we start? Where do we start? Brilliantly executed scheme. So, the Rams NFL team. Blue, yellow, splash of white. That's their kind of scheme. Bold blue, bold yellow. Works really well. But, I mean, let's just go for it. The colour scheme is great. The painting is well executed. Some good highlighting, even on the shorts. But this is such a great conversion. So this is from the Ogre Sprue. The Ogres on the Ogre Sprue come with a bunch of spare arms and heads, actually. So there's plenty of opportunity for converting. What we can see that Graham's done here is attach the arms where they're supposed to go and use some of the spare arms to make this Tekken monstrosity. Horns will be from Beastman. Just what a great model. Like, that is a really cool conversion and looks really different, and the bold red skin just makes it look brilliant too. And we've got the fire team here. You got the Nobblers, you got that wonderful blend. Look at the blend on the tokens. I think we had a look at this before, but that's really well done. But the team comes together brilliantly. Look at the shoulder pad work there on this ogre. It's like a sunset, followed by a giant death boy. Yeah, no, this is wicked. Loving these Dungeon Bowl teams that we're seeing come through. And it's such a cool mix. So you've got the Dwarves, you've got the Ogres, and you've got those Nobblars as well. So you get to paint a bit of everything. Great dungeon bases too. Absolutely wicked. I would expect nothing less from the Resident Dwarf right now. But no, a really good layering. Really good shading on the Silver Helm as well. That's really good. That's some really lovely stuff in there. I mean, the skin texture is brilliant as well. But that is really nice. That is a really cool looking team. I'm really buzzed with this. This is really cool. Oh, College of Fire, horrible in Dungeon Bowl. you need the wizards to kind of balance it out. I mean, they've got like a nuke a room skill, but if you're playing with the boxed kit, 1 million builds, but have a wizard each, it gives the Shadow College an opportunity to just Night Stalker, bamf somebody 5 squares, someone without the ball 5 squares away. Okay, what have we got here? I recognise these guys. I recognise the Leonine eyebrows. Is that right? Is that fair? College of Slayer Secrets, using Caradron Endrigger's bits for the Doomseeker's ball and chain. I'm failing to remember where I've seen these guys before, but they look very cool. It's always great to get some Troll Slayers to the pitch. The Slayers team in 7 is actually going to do pretty well. The standard Slayers in that team are... they Edge 2? Edge 2. No, they would have been Edge 2 in the olden days. They Edge 4 plus, Edge 3 plus, don't know. But, I mean, Strength 4 guys in there, wicked. Strength 4 Frenzy piece is my favourite, as you remember from every time I talk about the Khorne team. Really cool. What a great use of those bits. So the Endrin riggers. The Age of Sigmar steampunk sky dwarves have got balloon boys who float around on balloons, and they've got little weights on them. That's a very cool conversion, and it feels dwarfy. Excellent job getting those bits done as well, and it looks like we've moved on. And we have, so thank you very much, Graham. Awesome stuff. Hey Ben, I'm Francisco from Trieste, Italy, and I've decided to share my Imperial Nobility team, the Palinkovac Furies. I always feel unsatisfied with skin colour, but I appreciate the job I'm doing on the clothes and armour. I want to ask you a question. Since I will have to paint the helmets with the feathers, how should I place the colours? Purple helmet and grey feathers, or the other way around? Should I introduce another colour? Share your opinion with me. Thanks in advance, Francesco. Thank you very much, Francesco. It's so good to hear from you. Okay, cool. The skin's great. I don't know what you're worrying about, buddy. This is really cool. And okay, I was going to say an excellent work there on the highlights on the pants on the trousers. Really cool. I mean, it's been well executed. So you are exactly right. This is really good. So I love the scheme. So here we go. So talking about the feathers here. So the question was purple helmet and grey feathers, or vice versa. Should I introduce another colour? What works really well for nobility? Stick the helmet as the team colour. Probably the team colour. That's kind of how the NFL does it. And then with the feathers, use that grey, but have one feather or some cuts or stripes in the feather of a different colour for each of the positionals, because obviously we've got different feathers. So red for the blitzers, blue for the bodyguards, that kind of thing will massively help, and it adds a bit of colour to pop as well. So you've got the uniform look, and you've got like a bright splash colour on one of the feathers or the tops of the feathers. It will help you identify the player type, it will help your opponent identify the player type, and it just creates a nice finish. I mean, we saw it with the High Elf team earlier in this episode, where they had like the wings were red on the blitzers, the throwers' wings were white, and the catchers had either yellow headbands or the bear claw bit was yellow. And it just kind of breaks it and groups it together. It's a really cool way to add an accent colour to your team at the same time as being really helpful in gameplay. So awesome! Thank you very much for sharing. Let us know how you get on with it. I'm intrigued. I like the pink grey combo. Really nice. Hey, Dish Dash. Hey, Ben, wishing you and yours and all the WIP crew a very happy new year. Please find attached the end result of matte varnishing my Delac Necromunda gang and then brushing on a colour shift metallic. I'm really pleased with the result, as it has that plastic leather look and seems to add a bit to the alien vibe. Now for basting and painting my Skaven 7's team, the Sewer Watch Lightnings. Thanks for your content and encouragement week after week of inspiration for the WIP crew. It's become a fun ingredient in keeping on painting. Much appreciated, Dish Dash Eugene. It's really down to you guys sharing away your hobby content. And here we go. Let's have a look. Eugene said to me, well, sorry about the last email with no attachments, got way too excited and forgot to add the images. So we saw Dish Dash working on this a couple of weeks ago. So we're going for like a brown layering of the leather coat, and then to get that kind of, I don't know, cyberpunk wet look, kind of Gestapo shiny leather, kind of painting on top of that some colour shift paints. I've used colour shift paint for some spaceships and it works really well. But look at this, the finish is excellent. And then with a matte varnish over the top, it gives you that sheen without it being over the top. This is brilliant technique. I've not seen anybody do this before, and it looks very cool. There's not a lot of leather coats in Blood Bowl for me to steal this for, but I really would, because this is a very cool thing to do. Excellent bases. Oh wow, well done. A really good execution on the hazard stripes. That is a lot of work, but actually it's really crisp. Get a little bit of dry brushing of like the rust effect on top of that, and you are absolutely there. But I think this is just a really solid execution and a really clever way to do it. Now look, you can see you've got that shimmer and that shine against the bold colours of the rest of the model. Works really well. Absolutely brilliant. Really love this Dish Dash. Excellent stuff. And I'm afraid that is all we got time for today, but thank you all very much for sharing the info. Don't know if you've seen the channel update. I've just stole a couple of hours tonight before Tiff's home from work to get this done. And Thursday this week, Theory Thursday, Ben's doing a hobby hangout stream in the evening, a paint cast. Friday, we've got Top 5 Friday going out, and I will be spending the whole day catching up with messages. Any messages I haven't caught up with by Friday, I'm probably never going to get to. But literally, I'm not going to film anything. I'm just going to chill out in the lounge with the laptop, cup of tea, put on a show in the background, and I'll just go through the messages and get caught up with everybody. So I'm sorry if I've kept you waiting. It's been crazy, and I've got a new system to try and keep up in the future, which is lovely, but it's just been such a massive year for the podcast, and it's so great to hear from all of you. So thank you very much for sharing this. The boneheadpodcast@gmail.com. Put WIP Wednesday in the title and show us what you're working on, because there's some great hobby stuff on there. Anyway, I'm going to disappear. Thank you very much for watching. Happy painting. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to help support the channel even further, please like and subscribe, or come join us on our Patreon. We have early access to content. We get loads of feedback from you guys, and we try and do competitions as much as we can. Or you can get yourself some Bonehead Podcast merch on our Spreadshirt site. So if you want to support a team, especially for the Bonehead Championship, you can pick up a shirt, a mug, things like that. It all helps support the channel, and we really appreciate it. Anyway, links below. Thank you very much. Happy blocking.